double dyno to micro crimper.
Hello guys, welcome to this week's episode of Barely Hanging, your climbing podcast by your two climbing gurus. I've changed up the intro, this is a different one, but we're barely hanging together. And we are very distinctly average climbers,
which is becoming
Shall
more
we just
apparent.
Introduce ourselves? We are very average. We are very average at podcasting, apparently. So let's introduce ourselves. I'm Peter.
I'm Danko Pete.
And we're going to bring you your latest news, tricks, updates, everything
From climbing world.
Yeah.
It's been...
we're tired. We're
it's
tired,
been
boys,
a
today. Sorry if we
week.
sound... We might sound very
No,
tired.
man, I'm really pumped.
It's currently 10 to 12 at night.
Is it?
On Saturday. And we've done a lot of stuff today.
It's been a big day.
It has been a very big day. But before we get on to today's antics, let's do a quickly recap of the week. Do you have any beefs of the week?
Beefs, I think I'll start with the positives.
Achievements? Yeah, let's start with achievements.
We'll get to the beef soon, though.
So we're training climbers. Have we established that? You guys have been listening for weeks. For weeks. We've not released a single podcast yet, but you've been listening for weeks.
Stop stroking my guns.
So we did our ritual of lifting lots of weights before we recorded. We seem to do it all the time
while listening to jazz music.
Yeah, Caravan. From Whiplash. What a great film!
What an evening.
Oh, it was amazing.
I think we need to live stream that.
Yeah, that'd actually be incredible.
Is
and
it
then do a live
erotic?
podcast.
It's probably erotic, isn't it?
A little bit. Well, it depends who's watching, I guess. Anyway, achievements for this week. So, what have we done this week? I've started properly fingerboard training.
Whoa.
So, little Plummy.
Oh,
she showed me a little set to do on the fingerboard. So it's basically 7 seconds on, 3 seconds off, and you repeat that 6 times, and that's a minute then. And she said basically don't go to any. So the beast, what is it called? Beastmaker is basically a fingerboard that hangers used, and they hang off it, and it makes their fingers really strong. And all the little holes that you put your fingers in are at different intensities and different sizes. So you can only put one finger in some of them, but you can put all 4 in others. Basically, I'm doing the deepest ones, but 4 fingers. Then I'm doing a minute of those. Then I'm doing another minute of just 3 fingers, but in the deepest ones. And then I'm doing another minute on the slopes. So the slope is at the top that you sort of can just hang off. But basically, that's the beginning of my finger training. Yeah. Because in 2019, it's the weakest part of my climbing game, and I want very strong hands. I want big, strong hands.
What's you told me before you've got a goal?
Oh yeah, my 2019 goal. I want to crush a hazel. Is it a hazelnut?
No. Walnut,
a walnut. Yeah, I want to crush a walnut in one hand, between my thumb and my index.
Want one that's not been
Yeah, not a previously crushed one. A fresh as well. I don't want it old.
I bet you can't even crush just a walnut out of there
with an actual walnut cracker.
Yeah.
It'd be hard actually. Is it hard? Have you done any?
Yeah,
because you're a caterer,
not
aren't
my hands, yeah.
Have you done one with a walnut cracker?
Yeah,
is it difficult?
It's alright, yeah.
Wow.
I don't think it's a measure of strength.
Yeah, it is.
No, with bare hands, yeah. I don't
think
with an implement.
Okay, yeah. I don't think it's a measure of strength. You see a man just crush it with his bare fingers. Like, oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Oh, so that sounds good, man.
Yeah, I mean the walnut thing might not happen, but that is just
the fingering will.
I just saw a video of a guy doing it.
I've been really lazy with fingering.
Really
lazy, yeah. You get into proper little bouts of doing it consistently, but
it's hard to keep up.
I've got that fingerboard,
especially when you've got injuries on your fingers
floor
and
there.
stuff. I know. I'm looking at it right now. Dan's got a fingerboard that is not on the wall; it's just on the floor.
If this is out there, and someone listens to this, and it still isn't on the wall, will you please come around and fit it to my wall? Please help me.
I'll pay you.
That's really good, man. Sounds really positive.
So I've been doing that. Very happy. I had a very strong session on the cave. Oh no, we had a very strong session, didn't we? Yeah. Wednesday we had a really fun dyno hour, and then we went straight to the cave and did a big cave session.
So, we usually speak about Dyno Club near the end, but fuck it.
Yeah, no. Well,
Dyno Club came together in such a big way on Wednesday.
It was amazing. All the founding members just happened to
just be in the same room.
Yeah,
which is the
and
best
then we were all
night.
we're here. Let's fucking jump at things.
And we got some big jumps.
Oh yeah, but let's jump towards that at the end.
Yeah,
anyway,
fuck you.
Sorry, man.
Well, anyway,
there's just It'll wrap up.
It'll wrap up lovely.
It'll wrap up lovely.
Well, I went.
What's your achievements this week?
Well,
What have you done?
Went to another indoor climbing gym in Preston.
Traitor.
Yeah, so I've done quite a few of them now.
Yeah, you've been to a lot. That's
Been to
brilliant,
lots of
mate.
them. So I went to last Saturday. I was in Snowdonia.
Yes.
So we went over because the weather was crap. Went over to Anglesey and went to Indie Climbing Centre.
Well, I did not know about this.
Yeah, I went to Indie Climbing
Was it
Centre.
good?
Yeah, it's fucking hard.
So I've been hearing this a lot. I feel like the hangar has a little bit lower grades than everywhere else, or I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people are shocked at other places at how hard it is.
I've hit some I did like a V4 outdoors once, and it's very soft because there wasn't many moves.
Yeah.
And I thought, but then the more I've done now, I'm realising like I am fucking nowhere near anything.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like probably like a V3 climber.
Yeah.
Pushing V4.
Yeah. It's really scary, isn't it? Because you sort of fake hype yourself up indoors, because you might session of like I've done a V7 in the hangar,
But it's not.
but it can't be.
It can't be.
It can't be because there's V3s outdoors that I can't figure out.
Russian V2s. Well,
Yeah.
get onto our today's bit soon.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get
we'll-
onto that bit about how the
Yeah,
translate.
because today's been a big day. We went climbing outdoors just to sneak peek, but
But anyway, two climbing gyms this week I've been to.
three, if you count the
Three,
hangar.
count the hangar, yeah.
The hangar's where we always
Indy,
go.
man, though. One thing I say in Indy is like that was some. I can't remember the grading system there. I did pull hard on a couple, and I really surprised myself because I know it's really tough in there.
Yeah.
And I got some good climbs. So one of the best things that they set climbs on Jenga blocks.
Oh, you told me about this actually. You did tell me.
You think of a Jenga block to climb on?
Yeah, I can imagine that's freaking crimpy as shit.
Yeah,
and it's like, does it cut as well? Does it feel like it's
no?
like,
It's
rough?
surprisingly good.
Okay.
It made no sense. It was like I looked at it and it terrified me.
Oh my
Then I just got
God.
on it and pulled hard.
That's insane, mate.
There's some very strong people in that gym.
Really?
Really strong people. Yeah, it was pretty. I think like I spoke to one of the guys at the hangar.
Yeah.
And he said something about like with Welsh climbing. He said like 90% of it's head game because you go in and the grading system just absolutely abuses you. So you've lost the second you walk in.
It's like a V0, but it just doesn't make any sense.
So the Welsh grading systems to terrify you, and it is terrifying.
Oh
So that
my
was cool.
God.
Then I went to
Wales.
Boulder, UK, in Preston.
Yeah.
And
I've heard of that. I think my brother's been there. You know, I think
Really good.
he used to boulder with college.
Did he?
And they went there. I think
Makes
yeah.
sense because it's up that end.
Yeah, well, we went to Runshaw, both of us, and that's really close to Preston, isn't it?
But no, I was really impressed. I think, well, the grading system in the hangar might feel it's lovely. But we know what we're doing there.
I think we're just comfy there, aren't we? That's
We
the
are.
key.
No, but also like everything, like the vibe in the hangar. Maybe it's because we're local and there's a bias to that. But then also with the hangar, like the mats are so soft.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
man,
do you find that other places they're not as soft?
So rigid, not broken in, man.
Oh, really? Wow.
But the one the cool, I don't know what the block was called in Preston. It's got this like hanging down block. I don't know how you describe that.
What? It's like loose.
No,
it moves.
No, it's fixed to the ceiling. It comes down like in the middle.
I've seen things like that. So in the middle of the room,
yeah.
there's like a big it just hangs.
Just hangs there.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
So it's almost like a hanging cave, isn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
So you can like imagine starting and going under it and all the way around. But there's a lot of fun stuff you could create on that.
Oh yeah, I think that's so. I suppose the Dino Club idea is those things.
Yeah.
When you're in the hangar, you've got this idea that a bunch of you get together and do a stupid bit of shit together.
Yeah.
You can't get that anywhere else. So
yeah,
the company,
but that comes with being local to somewhere. Yeah. I'm sure in Preston they have like their crew of people that fuck about and stuff. Yeah,
but it's just being part of that,
being
privy to it.
Yeah,
but then it's just the company, isn't it? Like I go down and do really long training sessions and try and do as much as it can solo with headphones in to get shit done. Yeah. But there's nothing better than
having a bit of company. And also the company, like the hangar, I feel like they're always just, not to suck their dick, but they are just always on it and creating all these awesome little social get-togethers, always trying to get people climbing outdoors. Like today we rented one of their pads.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that might be a nice segue to jump into what?
Oh, today?
Today, yeah. So, today we went out climbing in Peck's Hill, which is local to us.
It's probably like... Well, it's my local crag, I'd say.
It's probably mine. Well, no, I guess there's that Rough Woods one that's very green for me. But and no one climbs there ever, but there is a wall. But anyway, it's our local. I'd say it's probably my most local proper crag, because there's a lot there, isn't there?
Old
Fucking
little quarry. I don't know anything about it. Sandstone quarry.
No, we know a little bit about it. So it's a little sandstone quarry, but then also, was it in the Second World War? They used it as a shooting range. So it's got it's a crazy cool story, actually. So they've used it as a shooting range, and actually in some of the walls you can still. Martin was saying you can still feel some of the old bullets, because they were using some like lead-lined bullets. So they've actually like impregnated into the rock. Basically, there's all these like little cool pockets where the bullets have made holes. So you're shoving your fingers in all these holes.
Just the light.
It's amazing.
Boy, it's sketchy, man. It's like in a beautiful way.
So yeah, we're in January. We're in Feb now. 1st of Feb. But it was snow. There was snow on the floor, so it was freaking cold, man. And when we first got there, I was freezing, and everyone was ready. You were ready, man. So Danko smashed today. MVP of the day was Martin. Not Danko. But Dan, you smashed it. Like before I knew it, you not summited, but what sent. You topped out on a very high wall, higher than I'm used to, maybe 6 to 8 meters.
I'd say that was somewhere
maybe 6
meters.
But
that's fucking high, and we had
two crash
pads at that point, and
very scary.
It was that today. So I was out last night very, very late and had a very good night.
What were you doing, Danko?
I went to see some DJs in too many DJs in Invisible Wind Factory.
Beautiful,
amazing night. But so I think I got home about 4. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And then I was met everyone at the hangar for 11:30.
So you were very hungover this morning.
But I will tell you one thing I have discovered today: a massive dose of adrenaline at the top. Is
the best hangover cure.
And you sit up there for a moment by yourself, shaking after you go. Nothing matters anymore.
Actually, I've got a cool story. So basically, we're all warming up on this wall, doing fairly easy climbs, and then there's one that we're all dropping right at the top, and then Dan figures out the moves for himself, and he's the first one to send it, and he gets up and he panics at the top because there's no way to get down, is there? No. And there's a wall encaging you in, so you have to walk around the full quarry on the side of this wall to get out of it. So that's funny. But anyway, you topped out, and then we were like, oh, nice one, Dan, and everything. And then Dan started walking off, and so we carried on warming up. And then out of nowhere, Rich was on the wall, and a snowball just pelted the wall. And we looked around, and maybe like far away, like 30 meters away.
Maybe further, man. It was far.
Yeah, it was fucking far, man. In the
quarry?
Distance, you can see a little red jumper, and Dan's on the top of this wall, lobbing snowballs at us whilst we're climbing. Imagine hitting Rich in the face and
so
dropping.
Fucking good and sent him off that wall.
You've got a good arm, man. When we were up triffing the other week and throwing snowballs at each other, you would nearly hit me like from far away.
Yeah. I love throwing shit. I wish that would translate into a climbing. Just throw stuff and dead hard at stuff. That was it.
Got a good arm.
That walk on. So if you top out on there, you've got next time I know what to do. I didn't realise that at the top of the quarry, get the fence, there's a massive lip at the bottom, so you can sneak up.
Yeah. But it's hard to see when you're up there.
Still sketchy.
Yeah.
When we're climbing with our main man Martin today, who makes everything look incredibly easy.
Yeah.
And we know he's a very, very good climber. So that thing I topped out today, it was good because it's one of the first climbs.
Yeah.
That was a V2.
Yeah, that's so scary because it's indoors. We walk up V2s indoors. Like we do V2s with one hand. Like really, actually, to like mess about, I've done V2s with one hand.
And that was
mad.
That was eye opening. That
and it was scary and hard. I got to the crux of it, and my head game, and also it was just messy.
What a day!
So MVP Martin, you were about to allude to it. Jesus, after we'd warmed up, we moved on to another wall, and Martin. This wall was on a...
I'm saying it's 10 metres high.
Yeah.
Easy.
So Martin took his own little pad away from all of us and was just... And we all thought we were chilling, sort of warming up, and we were all having a little bit of fun. And we just looked... we just climbed. We looked over, and Martin was like maybe I don't know, like 5 meters off the ground. And
Which is
we were
pretty
like,
high.
we were pretty high. We were like, oh, Martin's like killing it. He still had another like 5 meters to go,
Yeah.
but I didn't think he was going to do that. Like I just thought, like, oh yeah, he's going to drop now. He didn't drop. He just carried on climbing. He just carried on climbing. It was insane, man. He just carried on, and we're all like away from him, and everyone just went silent, and we were watching him go. And it's an incredible moment because he went past that moment of there's nothing we could do.
There's nothing we could do.
Yeah, like we saw him at 5 meters. I was like, oh shit, I better go down there and spot him because if he falls now, he's probably going to break a leg or something. And then he made another move up, and I was like, oh shit, he's going to carry on going. And then within like another 10 seconds, he was even higher. And it's just, if he fell from that height, he would have broken probably both legs.
Something.
He was high.
He was really high, and that was.
If you want to see photos, actually, I'm going to post them on my Instagram. So go and have a look.
It's fucking high.
It was so high, man.
And like,
so he free soloed a very high wall today, and it was
very high.
It was impressive. It was just hugely impressive.
10 meters,
and then he down climbed, not the same wall,
from a different crack,
but from a different crack. But that crack didn't look easy to down climb.
I get why he did. Yeah, it makes sense. He's a legend to be with.
Yeah.
Because he's so knowledgeable.
We'll have to get him on the podcast.
We'll have to get him on it because he's telling stories today. The man
in the car.
Things.
Yeah, he's seen
so we'll let
shit.
him come on and tell his stories sometimes because he's a fucking G.
Yeah.
But the other shout out today would be to Rich.
Yes.
Honestly, because Lionel Richie, 2 trips outdoors now, and it's like seeing someone come to life.
Yeah, really.
It's fucking awesome.
Oh no, this is his second time climbing outdoors.
With us.
With us, yeah.
We went on our little scrambling trip up
Triffin a few weeks ago.
Like,
it's the first time he scrambled and walked, isn't it?
It was so nice to watch. And then today's our first bouldering with. You've been out with him before, haven't you?
Yeah, although it was so cold.
Was it?
It was the 5th of January.
But today, do you know when everyone goes on about the temperature? Today it made so much sense. The walls were pristine to hold on to.
Yeah.
And then,
well, today was perfect because there was no wind or anything. But when we were out the other week, man, we were so exposed on the.
It's a quarry, man. There's no wind down there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's just a big hole.
Absolutely amazing. So I understand that. And with you, although you're a bit of a nutter, you were in your shorts.
I like the cold,
mate. You were in your shorts and you had like 2 layers on.
You're pussies.
We really were because we were all like in massive coats. I was climbing in my Patagonia thing. And you're just in 2 layers, and you were fine, man.
Even we're trying to organise these things in the thick of winter. So five other people went hiking today out the same group that could have been coming.
Yeah, and also we had
9 people dropped out.
9 people
dropped out, and we had
pussies. Should have come.
6 people.
Should have come. We had an amazing time.
So in all honesty, there's this group of like 20 to 30 people who are interested.
Yeah, that are all sound as well. Super into it.
It's fucking amazing.
Strong climbers.
And we're getting little messages off other people looking to do other things.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's great. It's absolutely great. But it increases the chance of us witnessing an injury. Like a scary injury, doesn't it? Really,
I got a little one.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's not a bad one. It's a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing is though, is like as soon as it happens to you, you go fuck, and it's not like is something wrong with me. It's the first thing is I can't climb anymore now.
Yeah, I could see
really
it.
Fucking annoying.
I knew you thought that straight away. You're like, oh, next week's fucked. I'm not going to be able to train. But you're fine. Luckily. Let's tell the story though. So you were
pretty high, that one.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the day.
I should have just topped out. I tried to down climb.
Yeah. So what was it? We right next to the big one Martin did, but it was from a little stoop higher.
4.5. It's about 5 meters. That one. It's a bit small. I think it's not as high. It's not as high as the one over the other side.
Yeah. 5 meters. I'd say.
A cool climb, and loads of people were struggling.
But it was dead chossy at the top, wasn't it?
Dead chossy.
So the final hold, I could see you grabbed it, and all this dirt just came popping off.
And that's what made me not want to top out on it. Whereas if it's Martin, he just fucking does it.
Yeah, Martin just like dinos that shit.
But then I started to down climb it, and I got quite far down. But when I jumped,
you decided to jump from maybe like 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5
in between one of the pads.
Yeah,
on my toe, and
then you rolled your ankle. It went sideways.
And that's the moment that you realise that
a
stupid
I'm
injury.
human.
I'm human, and a stupid injury is
You got to aim your feet, but then it's also hard to see when you've got multiple boulder mats on top of each other, and the top one's always going to be the thinnest because you're not going to put the thinnest at the bottom. That thin one, you're going to go through it if it's right in the middle, so it's super.
But then what did we do to sort out all our niggles?
Oh, so you talk about going to the climbing hangar and having one of the biggest sessions of the week. So yeah, we finished. We had a brilliant day out. And then Martin just said, right, should we go back to the hangar then?
Okay.
And we were like, yeah, right, sound.
I don't even know what time we got there. It's about 5.
Yeah, 5. And then within half an hour, we'd done all the purples.
So, like, purples in there, like...
V3 to 4,
like that, yeah,
or 4 to
like
5.
And we
it's
did.
not 4 to 5, 3 to 4 in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they're not free. We've learned today
Yeah,
that they're not really...
So, basically, the biggest lesson out of all this is...
We're soft.
So average.
Like, just as we thought, we're getting a little bit strong and a little bit good. Like, we've been ramping ourselves up the last few weeks. Like, whoa, we're getting good.
But this is good. This is our journey.
This is why climbing is amazing.
We're recording our journey.
You just get so fucking battered.
Yeah. I'm fucked right now.
Yeah. So, basically, you fucked your ankle up, and then we went around and did a full circuit of V3 to V4s.
Did some other bits.
And you were down climbing.
Too, yeah.
You had to down climb because you couldn't drop onto your broken foot.
Yeah, broken.
It
So
was
it was awesome.
basically broken.
So we did that. We did all the climbs as well.
Yeah, and then we campused and we did a few reds, so some V4s and 5s.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, solid.
And
then we had a really good sensual wrestle. We started stretching and then somehow...
You wanted to grapple me?
Yeah, I wanted to wrestle, so we had a wrestle.
So we had a wrestle? Wrestling.
Wrestling.
So after our little wrestle, did a bit of stretching, came back here, we had some big food. Yeah. Very, very big food. Yeah. And then did some weights.
Yeah. Big day. So we're very tired and it's just past 10 past 12.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we're going to go climb
straight back to the hangar. Straight back. It's like we live there. It's amazing. Straight back. I can't... You know what? I just love arriving at the hangar, ordering a coffee, having a cake, chatting, seeing people, saying hi, sucking a dick, getting changed, putting my shoes on, sucking another dick, and then climbing. Like, love it. I really love it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And today is the day where it makes that a little bit more sense, and it makes me focus on, like, as soon as this warms up, I want to be outside.
I want a slackline actually as well.
Yeah,
we should buy a slackline so that we could do it whilst we're like. Yeah. I want big long days outside.
Yeah,
climbing, like where we all take food, we barbecue shit. Can you barbecue shit? You're a vegetarian.
Can I?
What would you barbecue?
Fucking barbecue a whole roasted Swede, won't I?
Bring Swedes for everyone.
I could do all sorts.
Yeah.
So you know when people talk about barbecue, all they do is focus on meat.
Yeah.
It must be like 10% of everything. You can put anything on there.
Yeah.
You barbecue fucking cereal if you want.
Yeah, all right.
I wouldn't recommend it.
It's just such a common thing to barbecue meat, obviously.
Yeah. All vegetables, fucking amazing. Halloumi, amazing.
Oh yeah,
all sorts of shit.
Yeah, right.
Mushrooms,
yeah,
peppers.
Oh yeah.
I just list all the vegetables. Broccoli on a.
But basically, yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Like a little quarry, and then having a little barbecue, slackline,
suck a dick.
Why do we keep going back to the sucking a dick thing? Just getting tents out, camping overnight, spending a few days out there.
It's beautiful, mate. Man. And then the more. We're getting deep into this now.
Oh, so deep.
So
friggin' deep.
So motherfucking deep.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, my lordy. But, well, I suppose that comes nicely into what we're going to do next bit. So...
In terms of what? Long term or next week?
Next week, man.
Fucking next week. Right.
Next weekend.
Oh, next weekend?
Outdoors, yeah.
What do you want to do?
Go climb a thing.
Okay.
Don't know yet. But I know you're in for it, so yeah.
Sweet, let's go. Let's go climb. Do you know what would be fun? If nothing happens, we should go and find some urban climbing somewhere.
I was just talking. One of the guys was talking about this. Was it to both of us or?
I don't know.
Let's do it. There's somewhere on Otters Pool.
Oh yeah.
So, and there's meant to be loads of lovely problems there, and it's on some. You get it on UKC or whatever that website is.
So it's just laid
sandstone
brick
wall,
a wall someone's with just fucking do that.
Potter around on that.
Well, I think that'd be a fun adventure. Let's do that.
Let's get ready into
Dealio.
local climbing.
Dealio, yeah. I want to do some urban shit. I saw her on Instagram. You tagged me in it. That woman doing underneath the parking lot.
amazing.
She was doing like this massive, what would you say, compression climb.
I want people to send in suggestions of things to climb around Merseyside.
That's a fantastic user submission. Guys, send us at Barely Hanging. What is it? No. What's our freaking
You tell
email
me.
address?
You're the
barelyhangingpod@gmail.com. Send in our user submissions. I have any stories, but also like where we could go and climb. Think an idea. Just something. I'm so excited.
I've just realised what we signed up for as well on the 9th of March.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's brilliant news, guys. We are going to a Wide Boys crack climbing tutorial
Crack school.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Crack school 9th
I'm
of
going to
March
learn
in
how to do
Bouldering.
so much crack. It's fucking I'm going to do so much crack, guys.
They're going to
it's
teach
amazing.
us how to tape our hands
Yeah,
up
so
and
they teach you how to
and
tape
jam.
your hands and then do big hand jams in cracks and hang off like your elbow and an arm and a knee and jamming your knee and your fist together in a little crack
to make a
and expanding inside the crack. I can't wait. That is going to be so much fun.
There's so much cool shit to
To just look forward to.
some activities we can do.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about dead quickly. So we watched a Real Rock whilst we were eating our food. Then we watched a quick Real Rock documentary about
Margot.
Can't
forget her memory.
What's her name?
It's her name.
Can you Google it now?
I can get
But
it on
basically,
Facebook.
it's the first female climber to climb a 515, which I don't even know what level that is. But sport climbing, so it's basically lead climbing, right? All the gear's already set. You're just clipping in. Is that what sport is?
Margot Hayes.
That was an amazing documentary, man. And
Real Rock cinematography is on point as well.
Insane. Yeah, guys, go watch some Real Rock. Is it all on YouTube?
I've got it on Red Bull TV, which is the free app. And you can get
Red Bull TV's free.
Yeah, you get it on any website, on Google Chrome and all that.
Oh shit! I didn't know Red Bull TV was a free app.
Free app. So, and then you've got there's quite a lot. There's a few good.
So
20
do they
hours
release one every
documentaries.
week, or is it less than that?
It depends. So
It depends when they've got something.
Yeah.
Fair play. I like that.
It's
Fair play.
awesome, and the stuff on there is top quality. There's not a single one of that is crap watching.
Yeah,
Real Rock is, and they've got loads of other documentaries.
But basically, guys, oh my god, Margot Hayes. Hayes. Jesus Christ, some of the moves she was pulling on that really makes me realise how soft I am. And her mindset was insane.
Awesome.
So from a child, was it her dad was being interviewed, and she was saying, he was saying that they'd go for a room and find lists of goals she had when she was a kid. Like, I want to learn to backflip because she was a gymnast and stuff. She had all these goals that she wanted, and it's just so inspiring, but also so crazy that a child thinks like that. I've got that mindset now.
How long is it taking you to get to that point?
Years. I'd say there was a big change in me maybe 3 years ago where I was like, whoa, I'm wasting time. I need to achieve things. I need to put my mind to goals and achieve them. I was sort of just during high school and college, you sort of just coast and enjoy life and not really do much. But then I got out of college and I was like, whoa, life's not going to work for me unless I make it work, and I want to do this shit. I looked around, see all these guys surfing, skiing, BMXing, doing all this crazy shit, and I'm like, oh, they're my age, and I'm not doing any of that. I need to do that.
And if someone's not going to do it for me,
yeah, exactly.
So I didn't wake up or whatever you want to call it. So I was about fucking 24, man.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a big move, isn't it? That moment of when you realise shit. You look around and there's people that are doing awesome stuff younger or as the same age, and you're like, hang on, if I want to do this, I've got to do this. And that's the biggest thing. So you've got to change to
you can see
change. You've got to do things to do things.
Man, you've got to do things to get things done.
Basically.
But
it was just amazing. So inspiring. Yeah.
While studying as a student.
Yeah.
Doing that.
And the way she was, so she'd fall, just little things, she'd fall and instantly start pulling up the rope herself to get back to the place where she fell off to try to move again. Instantly, she'd fall, wouldn't even take a second to just, look at her hands and be like, what the fuck? Start pulling on the rope again.
You know when you're we were climbing today, and some of those little tiny divots that you put in your fingers in, and there's nothing on it at all.
Yeah.
and then you go to something that you can actually grip, and it's still tiny.
Yeah.
All I think about every time I watch these documentaries is, what the fuck are they holding?
Yeah.
If we think that's hard,
we think that's
and
hard.
That is hard.
It is.
Because there's fucking nothing on it.
But, and you know what? There's that phenomenon. Phenomenon.
Beautiful.
Oh, amazing. I got shivers.
Yo, we're so tired.
We are tired. We're tired, boys. No, but there's that phenomenon. No, I'm joking. Of things look smaller in photos and film.
Tell me about it.
They
yeah.
look. Tell me about it. No, but they do. So, like the photos of Martin free soloing that 10-meter thing. That when we're there, we're looking up and we're like, "What the fuck?" It looks smaller on the
In
photo,
real life.
and also I can imagine things like Half Dome. Obviously, I've never been, but I bet that looks huge. Mountains, Triffin. Like when you take photos, it never
does it justice.
Does it? And when we're looking at real rock footage, we're looking at holds, and we're like, "What the fuck? That's tiny." But I bet that's not doing it justice. I bet they're even smaller in reality.
Yeah.
Like they're even more ludicrous than what they look. Do you know what I mean?
Because I just can't fathom it though. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
because it feels like today when we were stacking our fingers on top of each other,
Yeah.
trying to get as much weight on one small spot
Yeah.
as we can. That felt to me like the limit of what any climbing
Yeah.
could ever be.
it obviously isn't.
It obviously isn't, because there's guys. Obviously it isn't. But I was like, how can it get harder than this?
Yeah.
But it does. They just become smaller. I don't
just find it
understand
fascinating.
It is insane.
Absolutely
It's
fascinating.
so insane.
Because you're just watching these people pull so hard on what must be nothing. Just a flat wall. A polished bit of rock. But in that documentary, you can see someone so driven and so focused
Yeah.
to achieve.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty focused, man, but...
We are very focused. We are very focused. Can I tell you what I'm very focused in at the minute?
What's that?
Is in achieving the next level of dynos.
So
I want to talk about Dino Club.
I do, and I think the next step in dynoing is outside.
That's clearly the next step. So Dino Club is at a point now where we've done a lot of dynos indoors. We've done a lot of strange dynos. So this week I did a cool dyno where I did a boomerang dyno. So basically you dyno up to a hold, and then you swing, and on the back swing you jump back to the start hold. It's pointless, but
It wasn't pointless. Go watch that video.
yeah,
honestly.
go watch it on Dino Club, at Dino Club on
Because you've been
Instagram.
looking for your...
Yeah, I've been looking for my thing. As one of the founding members of Dino Club recently, I've been very scared because I've been doing not many dynos, and everyone around me is very strong and they can do lots of amazing dynos. And I look at dynos, I'm like, I can't do that. That's very big. And so I've been looking for my dyno or my thing, and I pulled it out of the bag this week.
You
and
pulled it out the bag.
Thank God, because...
Thank bloody God.
Thank the gods, because I was going to get kicked out of Dino Club. I mean, that can never... Well, maybe it can happen. If you don't dyno, you don't get part of Dino Club, I guess. So, yeah, go watch that. The first ever Boomerang Dyno on Dino Club. But also, let's welcome new members of the Dino Club. We've got 2 new members this week. We have got Chris
Hayes.
Chris Hayes? Is it Hayes?
Yeah.
Chris Hayes, so welcome, brother, to Dino Club.
Welcome, brother.
We've started. We want to motivate you guys to join Dino Club. So instead of just like clearly it's not enough just to be part of Dino Club. So we've started giving out Eternal Life.
Yeah.
So if you submit a dyno and it gets passed by the elders, we will give you Eternal Life. So both Chris Hayes and Ollie, what's his second name?
Gartland.
Ollie Gartland. Well done, lads. You now have Eternal Life,
forever.
and you are also part of Dino
But
Club.
we didn't
so go
get
check out their videos on Dino Club as well, because they did some gnarly dynos.
We didn't get Eternal Life.
No, so unfortunately,
missed
because
the
we were
offer.
the founders, we missed the offer. I guess the discount code. So it's
guys-
only for new members. We sadly we die, but.
It's been a beautiful...
beautiful week. It's been beautiful.
Any beef?
Yeah, you know what? I do have beef. And I know we've mentioned it in past
Finish on
podcasts.
a low. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, you know what? Some people at just in climbing centres just need to be more positive. I'm fucking sick of people telling me of dabbing and just being like negative Nancy's. Just be a happy Harry and not a negative Nancy.
Being mean
It's not even being mean. Like clearly, like the other day, brilliant story. The other day, I was failing on this move on the red. You know the red that I pulled today, when it's like a low sit start and then you move up to a high crimp side pull crimpy thing. And every time I was doing it, and I just couldn't get close at all. And every time I failed, at the back of the room, I just heard, and you do that laugh. What you did?
I can't even do it.
That's it. I just heard it. Dan was like 10 meters away, not even close to me. I just heard Dan laughing at me, but the cruelest laugh. And every time I dropped, it was amazing, so funny.
But everyone around us had no idea what was really happening.
Yeah, no one knew because we weren't climbing together, so no one knew that like we knew each other. It was just like you were some strange guy laughing at people failing. It was amazing. But that's an example of being negative, but it being funny.
We know each other,
and it's being
actually,
positive.
But some of these people know us as well.
Yeah, but they're negative all the time.
All the time.
The point is, you're a positive guy, and you give props when it's due. Like today with Rich, he was pulling so fucking hard, and someone was
very negative about.
Someone's
him.
A little bit negative today.
So he was telling stories about his adventure.
Yeah,
that's an adventure today.
Yeah.
It may only be a small quarry in fucking Widnes.
Yeah.
But it's not a climbing gym.
Yeah.
It's not a gym.
And so we were at the gym climbing after we'd been climbing outside, and someone midway through cut him off in the story. He was like, blah, 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 Pecs Hill. All you talk about is Pecs Hill. And you just was
I was quite abrupt.
Yeah, you were like, well, he went outside and he fucking climbed really hard outside. Hard. Yeah. And it was just like, whoa, yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah,
he was
because he did, he was a legend today. He went outside, he woke up in the morning, went outside on a cold day in the snow and fucking pulled hard.
This isn't just, we can't fix this problem today, and I don't have an answer for you, but basically...
Do we fight it with kindness, or do we fight it with love? So they're the same thing.
I try to fight it
with
reason.
But do we fight it with hate?
No, I try to fight it with reason, and with a lot of these people, like some of the young ones, I'll say,
unreasonable. The young ones you can deal with because it's almost like you're shaping them to be cool. Yeah.
You'll say, you know... If you
so there's one young guy...
Who's a legend.
He's a legend. He's a sound guy. And occasionally he just says shit and you're like, oh, fucking hell, man. Like he'll just point out a dab or he'll be like... He'll just say something and just a little bit negative or just like... He just says shit and you're like... But he's young.
He's a kid.
And
he's a legend.
Yeah, he is.
Some of these
he
pulls
hard.
Man.
Yeah,
these are adults, and we're all there.
And the adults are they're negative all the time.
It's
they're telling
really
me I've dabbed. They're telling me They never say like you're shit or anything abrupt like that. But they're just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I don't think it's a rare. I think it's quite a consistent thing around in any sport.
But what other examples do they do other than saying dabbing where it's being negative? Because they're just generally quite negative.
Sad.
They just look sad. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's things like when we're making up funny climbs.
Yeah.
So there was a really cool one me and Anna made up with a bat hang, and I don't want to obviously name anyone, but some people come over and they're just like, obviously we're doing a bat hang and it's unnecessary. It's super unnecessary, and they're just pointing out how like unnecessary it is and like, oh, that's pointless, I'm not going to do that, if I join in I won't do that, and they're just being really negative. It's like, fucking do the bat hang, that's how we set it, that's our climb. Yeah,
I suppose. No, well,
it's just shit like that.
I think a lot of like today we're on outside and I know I'm going on about
that.
Yeah.
All you ever talk about is being outside.
Can't help it.
You love being outside.
But there's no fucking dabbing. It's a big fucking rock.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mainly, it all comes back to the dab police. Rock. I hate people that call out dabs, because it's just bound to happen. Dabs like happen, and fair enough. Like if there's a difference between tapping something with your elbow, but also and like grabbing it and pulling yourself up on it. That's a difference. Yeah. So if I just tap something with my foot as I scramble up, that doesn't count as a dab.
What are we training for?
In life,
everything. So part like for me, like it's about this practical muscle. So like all this muscle.
Ooh, practical.
It's practical. I can do stuff with it. I can go up and I can walk and hike and scramble and climb.
You can lift heavy things.
And
you can put down heavy
open
things.
Doors.
You can lift light things as well, though. It's not just heavy things.
I'm not
medium things.
I don't discriminate against weight. Nothing like that.
You don't discriminate against weight.
No. So it'd be light, it'd be heavy.
Yeah.
But genuinely though, like practical muscle. Like that's what I'm working for. And then you also get healthier and your body's better. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. But I feel like we need a goal, something.
Are we training for this to translate to go outdoors or to push grades?
That's the thing. So in my head, right now, outdoors terrifies me. It really does.
Good.
My head game is kind of soft with that. I've been working on it, but I have good days, I have bad days. Today, I climbed a lot outside, but wasn't a great day. I did a few climbs, got to the top of them, but the harder one, I'm not comfortable pushing myself high outside. Something about it is just scary to me, man. It's because there's not many pads out there, and I feel like I'm going to break something, fall in. That'll come with time, though. I'm sure my head game will get stronger.
Yeah.
For me, there's two things I'd like to do, and one of them is deep water soloing. I'd love to go and do it. Like, find a route somewhere, hot, preferably, and complete like a route that we've set out to do, like in a cliff somewhere where if we fall, we just fall into water, because that'd just be a laugh anyway. It would look cool, and I'd love to film it, and like that's one of my goals. So there's that, and I'd like to one day. We were talking about it briefly before, but you were saying, I think I'd like to compete one day, just once, at a proper competition, like a proper one where people take turns to go up.
Yeah,
I would like to do that one day. So I think if I have that as just a generic goal, not to compete to win, but just to get to that level where I'm amongst the guys that compete. I'm like, they're my peers. I want to be at that level, indoors. So it's both indoors and outdoors, but bouldering, that is. Yeah. When I say compete, I want to do like the crazy weird moves where it's like the dynamic stuff that with the big competition holds, like, because it's becoming its own sport. It's almost separate from actual climbing rock, because you never those bouldering competitions with the massive holds, the sets like that never happen outdoors. That's not actual proper climbing. It's its own sport now, which is like admirable in a way, but it's just separate from climbing. So I'd like to really get strong at that.
Cool. So you're which is fine. You're saying your push for 2019 is like this indoor piece. But you still
no. 2019 is crushing a walnut.
That's it.
No, it is, because I think
if I
for me
to
get to that competition level will take multiple years. It's not going to take. This is going to take 7-8 years. 2019, I want my grip strength to get strong, because right now, that's what's. I'm really flexible. Well, not really, but for me, I'm flexible. My balance is good because I dance, but my grip is just weak as fuck. And I can pull up. I'm strong, but my grip is not strong. I fall off little crimps. So that's what I'm going to do this year.
A lot more fingering.
More fingering.
Because I suppose a part of it is like the place is a gym.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually a gym.
Yeah,
and we kind of treat it that way, but with the social aspect.
It's hard sometimes with the social aspect as well. Anyway, what are your goals? Let's say 2019 goal, a larger picture goal, and then a goal with something not to do with
crush
climbing.
A grape in between my arse cheeks.
Easily done.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
I reckon we could do that tonight.
I think I've got some grapes.
All right.
Turn
off, the podcast just ends. That's an abrupt ending of the podcast. I think I've got some grapes.
I think for goals, for me, it's I want to do rope climbing outdoors.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's solid.
And that means I suppose keep training and meeting these people.
Yeah,
and I want to start taking off more. Because I've done all these indoor climbing gyms, and I'm really happy with what.
You want to go to more crags?
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Indoor places?
No, I don't want to do any more of them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I like what we've got.
Fair play. So you just want to go more outdoors?
Yeah,
more crags.
So the boardroom I want to go to for ropes in Queen's Ferry. in North Wales. I love that place. That was awesome. And what we've got here, I love it. So, so basically, I just want to go to more outdoor places with the people I've met.
That's fucking sick, mate.
That's my goals. And to make our group solid as fuck.
Yeah, man.
Because it is solid.
Yeah, it really is. Well, I think that's a brilliant place to end it.
Good.
So, guys, thank you for listening. If you've made it this far, thank you for just listening to us ramble for a little bit. You guys are the best. If you've got, like we say, if you've got any user submissions, chuck them into barelyhangingpod@gmail.com. If you've got any dino submissions, DM us on Instagram @Dino Club. Also follow us on Instagram because we always post our photos and climbing updates. I'm @Pete_Rick.
I'm @Danko Winterbear.
And ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Go touch your thing.
Double dino to micro crimper.